Hi, Nilamon. Nice to see you again.
Hi,
How are
hi,
you?
Alison. I'm really well. How about yourself?
Yeah, good. It's Friday night, so we can only go well on Friday nights, right? With the weekend upcoming.
Yes, yeah. Friday
Okay,
is
so
good day.
thanks so much for making time in your busy schedule. So, just for those who don't know Nilamon, so Nilamon is the managing director of the Luang Prabang Motorcycle Club and Bar, and also the Luan Prabang Moto tour. So I got to know her through the Women Riders World Relay group. She actually braved the monsoon season as she was leading the Laos trip as an ambassador in 2019. And yeah, we connected, and she's always on the lookout for a good challenge, and was interested in joining some of our trips. So she has over 7 years experience in the tourism and hospitality industry, and she has herself led numerous tours across Laos and Thailand, including dirt bike tours. So she dreams of engaging more women on bikes in Laos in particular, and she offers them some training, especially for women guides. She wishes to lead more women tours while getting them to discover her beautiful country on two wheels. So thanks so much for taking the time to share your experience with us, Nila. So
Yes.
first of all, that's pretty original for women riders to not only have a club but also a bar. So I know you're at your bar at the moment. So can you show us around and make a little tour of your lovely
Yes,
motorcycle club in Luang Prabang?
here is LPMC, so you see a logo and a little bit pocket.
Yeah.
In my bag is some coffee machine, but now we're not open yet. So soon in 5 p.m., then my staff come, then we will open.
Okay.
And this is the bar.
Ooh, lots of nice alcohol there. I can see Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Yes. So I have lots of aloe vera plant in the place and some light bulbs. It's
Nice. Looks
tiny,
very
but it's
casual.
tiny bar.
Yeah, but it
It's
seems
tiny
very
bar.
friendly and casual and
Yeah,
home feeling. It's really cute.
it's a plan for have a chat for a route information can have a refreshment in the bar after the tour after a long trip. So it's the place.
Nice, lovely. So tell me, Nila, so what brought you to motorcycle? When you started riding and how did you start riding?
When I did start riding motorcycle in 2012
Mm-hmm.
for the first trip. We was went in a trip with a group of friends, and then I was be a passenger. I was be a passenger, and then I find that it's so nervous, and it's not. I don't feel that I'm riding, and I'm so scared. And after those trip, we start the second trip again. So same group of friends, like 6 people, and I said I want to have my own motorcycle so I can ride. So I know how to ride, but need to learn how to change clutch and the gear
Yeah.
on the moto motorbike. So just practice 30 minutes, and then I went on a trip for 7 days with a group of friends. And after that, I like riding. I fall in love with it, and then wow, I want to have my own bike, and I get addicted on it. Was good start.
Nice. So basically, it's being a passenger first and having a little bit of the
Yes,
experience and decided, well, actually, it's too frightening to be on the
yes.
bike. Better keep control of the bike
I
myself.
already ride, yeah. I already ride more like a small bike since I
Hmm.
was like 14,
Hmm.
14, try right, try wrong on myself, but nobody teach me for a ride motorcycle. I remember that my mom had a first like Chinese brand motorcycle for many years ago, and I just try right, try wrong, and change a gear. Sometimes it's stuck because it's not in neutral. What's happened? So I keep asking myself, change, and then learn by myself. So it's good until
So
I
yeah,
know
you
how to
really learn
ride.
by
But
yourself. Yeah, it's true that
yeah,
I mean, especially in Southeast Asia, a lot of women actually ride small bikes and scooter. It's quite
yes,
common, but going on a bigger bike is really a different step. So and
yes,
tell me as well. I mean, last time we discussed, you told me something that really like kind of impacted me when you said, I would give anything to ride bikes. So how did you move from, you know, being a small bike rider to being a big bike passenger to being a big bike rider and suddenly becoming passionate? Why would you give up everything just to ride bikes?
Yes, so after I done the trips and then I more practice on myself because I love riding. Riding is make me find out my comfort zone, like can touch in my zone. Even you have a stress day when you out and then you can clear your mind. So I've been practice more and more, and then people know well about me that I was working as a tour guide before, and then I lead a client on the bike for many trips, and then people get to know me more and I have more passionate. I said, wow, I love this kind of riding, and beside that I can make business with that. It was so awesome. It's like I've been out on riding what I love to do, and then the client also interested for me to be a leader and they pay me some wage. This is good. And more than that, so I have more passionate because I was always dreaming that I want to have a place as a bar, and then people can talking refreshment. And I said I dreaming to have a tour company for many years, but it is I have a tour license for more than 4 years, but I didn't start about to set up yet. But this year it's already set up, so website already on, and people will know more because now in the process of the document and the hotel contracts, like hotel partner in the website. Gonna be good start next year, but we all know now it's a COVID push, so we don't have to be rushed, and we have to wait for the people coming to Laos. The border still closed, so no stress, just let it
Yes,
be.
just enjoying some personal riding time until we can take people
Yes,
again on road
yes,
trips, right? So
yes.
what I don't know if you could choose three words to describe the feelings that you get when you're riding your bike. What would they be?
The 3 words to subscribe.
The three words to
Yay!
describe. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
did it. That's what I want. Yes, I go for it. Yes, I did it.
Okay,
Just
that's
for
how
riding.
that describes how you feel when you're on your bike.
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's
it's
pretty
like
cool.
you feel like you are in the. It's really hard sometimes to subscribe how you ride on the bike, but
How you
it's
feel,
feeling so
yeah, how
good.
you feel. Like
Yes, yes,
sometimes
feeling
it's
so good.
joy, sometimes it's
Yeah.
happiness, sometimes it's self-confidence, sometimes it's just
Mm.
yeah, super fun. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
indeed.
fun. Yeah.
And could you share with us one of your, so you've led a few road trips and dirt bike trips across Asia. Can you share one of your best memories of one of your tours?
Yes. Um, Apart from riding from WR, is also one of the best tour on my solo ride. It was riding on the monsoon, and then went to Thai border, pick up the baton, and then drop off in the Cambodia border. It was really nice trip, and I happy that I do something for Laos. But the most trip that I like the most is on the road to Hua Pan, Samnua province. It's really winding road, and the temperature is really cool down, like 21st to 22nd degrees Celsius, and the landscapings and all trees and animal is so beautiful, like cast, like standing cast and limestone, really beautiful. That's is one of the beautiful ride of my solo trips apart from the WR ride.
And in group rides, what's your best memories when you did road trips with people or tourists or friends?
For the trip rides is I have a nice adventure trip with friends actually,
Mm-hmm.
because when I'm went out on ridings, I told my friend, I said, this route that we never been, but we go explore it. So there are 3 men, 4 men drive with me, and I'm a lady alone, and we go, we ride, and then we explore the road, the track that we haven't been, but finally we stuck, and up we stay overnight with a grandfather and grandmama on the villages and on the side of jungle. And then we had to make our nice stay over there, and then have a home cook. I was cook also, like pumpkin plant and a wild plant that we can pick it up and then cook fresh in the kitchen. Actually, I cook the sardine mixed with lemongrass, ginger, and some onion for them, for my friend. So just for survive, we have no choice. We have to sleep with grandpa, and then we have a home cook, whatever we find surrounding us, we have to eat. Was best trip. And then the next morning, everybody have food power, and then we ride back to town. For this kind of the motorbike, it doesn't mean like it's so difficult. Even you so difficult, if you stick in the groups, you're in the same level, then it's fun. It's not the epic day at all for me. I never find it's the epic day. I find out it's so adventure, something surprise, some nice experience that we stuck in the jungle, sleep with the grandpa, and then we make our way home. Then we have more energy. This is good. That's one of my best memory with friends.
Nice. Sounds really nice. Sounds really attractive. I want to go to Laos. I mean, I went to Luang Prabang with my parents, and we did a nice trip there, and we rented some scooters. But definitely,
Okay.
like the roads that I've seen and the village we went, the nice villages we went through, like I dream of doing like a proper bike trip there. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And tell me, so you said you were traveling with a lot of friends and many male friends who ride big bikes. Are there any challenges for women in Laos to ride big bikes? So as I said, like small scooters is quite normal
Yeah.
because you know it's cheaper and that's the way people move around
Yeah.
around town or things like that. But to ride like a bigger bike, are there any challenges for women in Laos?
I think most of the Lao women, they know how to ride a little scooter and the normal bike already. But I do feel and saw some of the Lao women, they already ride like 250 up to 600 cc already, some of those, but they all not stick in the group yet. So I try to encourage them and stick into the group. Maybe we can be a woman group for a rider for Laos country. And there are many men though, many men, like all the crab, the rider, night rider in Vientiane, and there are more clubs like Vientiane enduro team is all men. They're
So
off road.
isn't it
I've
difficult
been
for
ride with
you?
them often.
Isn't it difficult for you to be the only woman?
Not really, because I'm really love riding. Even neither that I can join with other people in the group. It's a lot of friends, and either if I have a short time of the day before work, I like to go riding or went on riding and come back work. But I do love to have more Lao lady who wanna ride motorcycle. In terms of the time, about work, financial, it's different. It's Lao woman is different from like what we have look in the world, like a woman rider commodity in overseas. They already have fancy bike, they already stable in life, you no need to work, you just only enjoy time. Of course, I think later Lao women, if they're more stable, they have more time, I think they go right. But at the moment, some of those, but most of the people, they still work and then cannot find a right time to go ride. But for me, I will, if I have to do a mission for something, I leave everything and I go riding. Leave everything in the bag and go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have really the passion, the riding passion. So I guess you can encourage women, but from what I understand and from our past discussions as well, I understand that women know how to ride overall, and they could learn quite quickly, even on big bikes. It's not the skills that they are missing.
Yeah.
but it's more the time and the money, because having a bigger bike costs more money,
Yeah.
and then they
Mm-hmm.
work long hours to make a living. So having
Yeah.
some spare time is not always easy. So if they want to make a lot of money to buy their bike, then they have less
Yeah.
time to actually ride. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I guess that's a big challenge. But as you rightly
Yeah.
mentioned, I guess if there are some who are really passionate, they are going to make it happen exactly as you did. And yeah, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that you can be a nice source of inspirations for them as well, right?
Yes. Now I start to send a message to a group that they have woman rider. We'll see how they get back. But I saw some of the women like in individual, and they also already have a page. I send some message to get them along and get to know each other. It's good. We'll see. We'll see in the few weeks what they're saying.
Yeah, so with social media, it's also, I guess, it's seeing other women riders and seeing that they can meet some groups. It's also helping access, and I think that's really good that you have an actual physical place, because if you have women who are
Yeah.
interested, or even foreign women, like right now, obviously we cannot really cross borders too much, but if you
Yeah.
have like solo women riders, or even group of riders who come to Laos, and they want to find the bikers friendly place,
Yeah.
that's really nice to have one that is led by a woman. It feels like a safe
Yeah. Yeah.
place to meet and to ask you advices, and so that's really cool. And so, speaking of advices, what would you say, what are your best riding spots in Laos? Because personally, I only know Luang Prabang, and I know the routes, and there are really nice mountain roads as well, which are lovely.
Yeah.
But I don't know the whole country that much. So are there any specific areas that are well known, like, for example, Chiang Mai in Thailand, or are there any specific
Mm-hmm.
really cool riding place in Laos?
So mostly the wonderful tracks and interesting area to visit is will be the north of Laos. So you can ride from Luang Prabang 145 k's right to Udom Sai, and then it's Mung La. It's a nice area because they have the hill tribes people in the top of the mountain that you can ride along the tracks and visit them. They still have in the like traditional costume. Yeah, some they also change already in term of the house the world change and high technology, but they still wear the traditional costume. And in the north there are many places to visit, also like the national park in the north has, also in the Bogels and Pongsali, a lot of like tea plantation and small tracks around. It's more like a natural riding. You see the mountain, you see the lifestyle of the people, the primitive ways, the hill class people, how they're living in everydays and traditional costume and all the culture, especially is
And
language.
And can we, so are you able to communicate with them, or do they speak a different dialect?
Yes, because in Laos we have more ethnic diversity, so 49 ethnic diversity and also the subgroups. So every subgroup they have their own language from their family root, but they have to learn the Laotian language, which is you can use for communicate in town when you go market, you went to pick up some or sell some crops, vegetables, so you need to use the Laotian language. So it's most the tribes people, they can speak Lao,
Okay.
but
Okay. So you,
Lao people we rarely learn and hear them language. So
okay.
some
Okay.
occasional that we can hear.
Okay. That's it. 48 ethnicities, four different ethnic
Yeah,
groups.
yeah. We
That's
have a
quite a
three
lot.
main group.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
such a tiny country, that's quite a lot,
yeah.
right? And can
Three
you
main
actually,
group and
yeah,
49,
and, sorry,
49
three main groups?
diversity. Yeah, three main groups and
Yeah.
49 ethnic diversity, like
So what
subgroup
are,
under the
what are the three main groups?
Laotian, Laotian, and Hmong and the Khmer.
Yes, the Hmong, the Kamu, and the Laotian. Yeah.
Yes,
Actually,
yes.
I visit some of those communities when we went to the mountains. So
Yeah,
the guide had told us about those different like tribal groups. Okay, interesting.
right.
And so the one is more from the mountains, right? One is more
Yes.
from the mountains, one is more from the plains. Which one is which?
So Laolum is a lowland
Lowland.
people. I like
Yes,
to live in the Mekong riverside and Mountain Valley, Mekong valleys.
yes.
And Hmong people, they're upland farming people. They live in
Okay,
the top of the mountain where it's very high from the sea level. They also do a crop like grow, we call shifting cultivation. Like they
okay.
grow plant and crops in the top of the mountain. And Kamuk people, they're more like middle people. So they like to live in a mountain slope and not so high as a Hmong because they like a hot weather. The Kamuk people.
Okay, so the
So
Hmong
they're
are the
medium
ones who
people.
are really from the upper mountains, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's super interesting. And so can you stay with them? Because I remember I visited some villages and so on, but like, can you spend the night with them or spend the day with them and, experience their way of living?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Hmong people, they are very nice and really kind people.
Mm,
We are many people in the country, but we are not discrimination. We are not fight. Actually, the country is really peaceful.
yeah.
When you went on the hiking in the top of the mountain, and then when you see the monk family, they always say hello, and they ask you come inside the house, and they give you a water, and maybe they ask you, you want to eat with us or you want to have lunch with us, even like a pan steamed rice in the top of the water. That was one of the best meal for Hmong people. But if they ask you to join, that's amazing. I did sleep in the Hmong house and in the mountain.
Nice.
I send you photo later. I
Yeah,
work as
yeah.
a volunteer for the heritage that they went to the rural area and community and collecting the social information about the lady, similar like what we're doing now, like we're talking about it. But during that time, it's more like I've been to the village with the other teacher in the college, like forestry college, to go to the village and ask about the information, social information, how many livestock you have, how is your garden, this any pesticide, and a lot of things, a lot of question in the questionnaire. So I went there and sleep
So
in a monk house. Was good.
you were there to gather some data and some information on
Some
the way people
information, yeah.
live,
Yes.
what kind of infrastructure they have, and how they heat
Yeah.
themselves, and what they
Hmm.
eat, and this kind of thing, more like a census, right?
Yeah. So
Okay,
it was
okay,
nice
interesting,
experience.
lovely. When did you do that?
I do that is so 2000, 2013.
Okay, and was it by motorcycle? Did you go to the villages and visit the communities by
It,
motorcycles?
it is by the truck and a motorcycle, but the normal motorcycle.
Okay, the small one.
Motorcycle right into the village, and then whenever is no motorcycle can ride, we have to walk 1 or 2.5 hours to the village of Hmong people. I did that. Yeah, was fun. It's nice experience. You walk a lot, and your feet is like it's swollen for 2.5 or 3 hour walk. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's the work, it's the job.
Yeah, no,
Was
I'm
fun.
sure that must be really challenging to go to those places, but really nice too, like
Yeah.
really nice experiences. Obviously, yeah, I was really marked when we did this tour. Like during this time, we were not on motorcycle, but we were with a local guide, and he took us to these community, and we went to the house, and they lived with so little, like they live with literally nothing. And at the same time, like they seem so fulfilled, and they would welcome you exactly and share very little they had. And they were also living in such nice environment, like not a lot of material things, but also in landscapes that are crazy amazing, right? So it makes you think. It makes you think. I really enjoy this kind of experience because they give you different kind of perspectives, and I'm really admirative, especially of the rural women, the strength that they have. You can see the strength in their body, the strength in their mind, you know, going day after day. So it's really too touching, and you learn a lot from them, actually. But yeah, it's nice when you have a local like you can actually, you know, facilitate interactions, definitely. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to go back for sure.
It's gonna be a nice experience. You can stay at the Hmong house and you share every meal that they've been cooked, and you sleep in the one floor house. You will mix with one of those family, like the family in the different corner, maybe 2 bed, and then I and my friend we have sleep to next to the store, but in the same room. Like a bag, you know, mostly a bag of rice and sweet corn, everything, and we sleep under that. I send you a picture later. It was fun. It was fun experience.
Cool. So tell me, do you have any ride plans? So I know at the moment, unfortunately, we don't have too many tourists, but that's a good, I mean, personally, I take that opportunity to explore Malaysia and to do some Reiki ride and, you know, to ride with my local friends. So do you have any ride plans soon? What are your next rides?
I'm planning to ride solo again in the next 1.5 weeks. Yeah,
nice.
Because there is not much work, so I like to go in the north and then down to Vientiane, and maybe further a bit south of Vientiane a little bit, because it's nice. It's now we all have time in the world, and we can complete what we want to do is in this pushing time.
Yeah,
and
true.
also it's good for me because I do make the itinerary for the website, and then I have to inspection myself. So how's the distance exactly, and what is spendings, and how much the gas we need, and the cost of everything. So the fixed cost, that's I have to know everything.
Yeah, so that's perfect,
So
because
even a holiday,
yeah, that's good for me that you're doing those Reiki rides.
yeah. It's also a hobby just for fun, and I do the work in the same time, so it's good.
That's nice. And how do people react? Like, do you have any reactions from, you know, Laotian people who see you, especially when you travel on your own as a woman? What are the reactions? How do they react usually?
There were most the kids, they are like, hey, they are surprised that, like, normally when we driving, is people might put whatever a hair inside the helmet. So I don't know, sometimes when I put the helmet, I put the like hair fall like this, and my hair just like this. And the kid said, it's the lady, it's not the man. So it's good.
So they are surprised.
And they're surprised that we a woman ride, but more woman ride, and they will get to use it for soon. It's more woman ride, and then of course we will the same level as the man. What the man can do, what the man love to do, we can do too.
That's a beautiful ending for our little chat. So yeah, what men can do, we can too. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, Nila. It was lovely chatting with you again. I'm looking forward to having some of the pictures, and and to discuss again with you what trip we can organize in the near future. I'm very excited because Laos, I know, is a beautiful and amazing destination, and I can't wait to visit your bar. That's really cool.
Looking forward for see you again.
Have a drink together. Yes.
In coming years.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Alice,
Thank
and
you
have a
so much.
nice evenings for you. And then we can have a chat soon next time.
Yes, with pleasure. Have a good night ahead. Enjoy the Friday night.
Yes, you too. You too.
See ya.
Bye bye.